So being a mom is one of the most rewarding and difficult things. I love being a mom and trying to raise my children to be kind and compassionate people, to help them pursue their goals and their dreams. It's also wonderful to have a family and have that unit and place of love and caring. It's like no other experience.
Anna is a committed mother. Anna is very intentional about decisions we make, and we certainly discuss things and make decisions together, but she's very thoughtful about how to approach different aspects with the kids, and she recognizes that you really only have one shot to do this, and she wants to get it right. And so she's very nurturing. She's got a great sense of humor. She's very passionate about our kids being the best that they can be and enjoying the journey, and she does a lot of hard work to try and make that a reality for them.
We were living here in Raleigh, raising 2 children. At the time, I believe they were 9 and 11. I was teaching preschool. My husband was working for the YMCA, and we had a pretty nice life. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was early July, and it came out of left field. Found out that it was a very aggressive type of cancer, and went through a series of lots of doctor's appointments and tests. And then 2 weeks later, I had a bilateral mastectomy. And through that surgery, found out that it had not spread to my lymph nodes, but since it is a very aggressive type of cancer, I would still have to do chemo.
When something like this happens, as a spouse, you can't help but feel helpless. Because what you want to do is you want to say, let me deal with that and not you. Let me take it for you, and you can't. And so you have to figure out how to support her without being able to go in and fix it. And I want to go in and make things better and make them right. And you can't do that in this situation. All you can do is support.
A little bit of backstory with my cancer diagnosis. There's no family history for the type of cancer that I was diagnosed with, but it happened to work out that I actually had a doctor's visit a couple days after I developed some symptoms. And at that visit is when they told me to go ahead and schedule some follow-up appointments. That was in the summer of 2015. And everything just snowballed from there.
It's definitely a journey that you take together when you have someone in your family has a diagnosis like this. And she and I made a lot of our decisions based on the impact to the children and how it would affect us as a family, and most importantly, how it would impact the children. That was very important to her, and it was important to me too.
I think a lot of us as mothers, we do want to do it all and have a hard time letting go. When I was diagnosed with cancer at first, I didn't even completely understand all that it would entail and how it would impact our family. And then you start to go through the journey and realize you can't do it all and things have to give. But it's hard to get to that point. Just little things, helping my kids with their homework and packing lunches and grocery shopping all became much more difficult to do. So having a little bit of relief, which the Helene Foundation provided with sending groceries every 2 weeks, sounds like such a little, well, maybe it doesn't sound like a little thing. I mean, it was a huge gesture for us. But it took a huge burden off of my normal chores and things that I needed to tend to so I could focus on myself, which is, very hard as a mom to try to slow down and do that. But I was forced to. There was no choice.
I gained a great appreciation for everything that Anna does every day for our family through this journey. And she works outside of the home for half days, and she's done that since the kids probably were preschool aged. But then she really took care of us and took care of the household and took care of lots of details during those other half days. So, and we've always approached parenting and our family as a team. However, I think I underappreciated how much of that burden she was carrying until she couldn't do it all. And I stepped in and had to pick up some of the things that she would normally do. And it taught me a great lesson about appreciating what it is that whichever spouse stays home and focuses on trying to take care of the family, the huge amount of effort that takes. And the problem is there's only so much time in the day. So I've got a full-time job, and Anna is taking care of herself and trying to do all she can for the family, and it can't all get done. And what the Helene Foundation offered was for us not to think about certain things.
It was a long road. It was like running a marathon. I had to have 17 infusions over a course of a year, every 3 weeks. And once you just started to build your energy up, you had to turn around and go right back in for another infusion. And, you know, the toll it takes on you as a family to sustain that for a whole year was difficult. We had a lot of support in the beginning when I was first diagnosed from family and friends, but a year is a long time to ask people to help out or bring meals. And that's really where the Helene Foundation stepped in. I can't even tell you the day that cooler arrived the first time, that I just broke down in tears of gratitude. They even could accommodate my food issues. I'm gluten-free, and they even sent gluten-free items. And it helped us for the last 6 months of treatment. So they were huge in how they helped us.
The wonderful thing about the Helene Foundation is they made it easy and they made it simple, and the support systems they have in place, you can customize to what your need is, which we felt was great. We were able to figure out which ways support would benefit us the most. And then it's almost on autopilot. They set it up and it is there for you. Again, 15 months we were in this journey. They were there for us all along the way. And the support that we got was tailored to our needs individually, which made a huge difference. So we just want more people to know that they're out there.
To be able to pay it forward to the Helene Foundation would mean everything. To be able to tell them thank you for what you did for me and my family, to allow us to focus on being a family and allow me to focus on healing and taking care of myself during this treatment. What they did was just tremendous, and I could not in a million years thank them enough. We feel so strongly about them as an organization and what they do. We'll be forever indebted to them.